Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe a copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of Ringo TV Reactions. We have an exclusive. Yeah, that's right. This particular video is coming out of the NC Beat. That's right. Gerald Jackson interviewing Shanquella Robinson. Shanquella Robinson. So this is her father. Now, her father did a couple of news updates, but in this one, he pretty much shared way more detail. We're getting the information direct from the dad. So this is not some hearsay, third-party information. So let's get down to business. We're gonna react to this particular video. Y'all know the rules. We're doing a reaction video, right? So I'm not gonna sit here playing an entire video straight through. That's not what I do. I do a reaction, okay? So that being said, let me set this thing up. You already done know what it is. This video was pretty much streamed approximately, I would say about 30-something minutes ago or an hour ago. I'm not sure. I was watching it live, and then once it recorded, I said, okay, let me do my reaction. But I kind of got in towards the end of the video. But we're going to hear what they got to say and then break this thing down. Let's get into this.
Business owner.
Let's see.
Hello, everybody. Thank y'all so much for tuning in tonight. I'm Gerald Jackson. I am the CEO and founder of the North Carolina Beat. And I think tonight's might going to be an emotional interview. I have the biological father of Miss Shanquella Robinson. Can you guys hear me? Give me a thumbs up. Let me see. Are you guys able to hear me? I hear people saying we having some technical difficulties already. If you can hear me,
put a 1 in the chat if the audio on his end is good. Put a 1 in the chat if the audio on his end is good. Because I had lowered it down a little bit because it was coming in too hot. I don't want to blow up your eardrums and whatnot.
Let me know. Just want to make sure I got this going. All right. Everyone said they can hear me. Okay. So tonight, if you're wherever you are in the world, wherever you are watching us from tonight, I need you to share this because I need you to understand that a beautiful 25-year-old girl, a successful business owner from Charlotte, North Carolina, was invited to go on a trip to Mexico with a best friend of more than 5 years, and she is dead.
Wow. So now we just learned something new, or at least for me, I just learned something new. She was invited, and the friend that she was with is a 5-year-long friend that deleted her. A successful business owner. This was planned. Ain't no doubt about it. Let's go.
But they are on Snapchat. They're promoting parties. They're fleeing the state.
Wow.
They're going everywhere but to jail.
Wow.
This is a open and shut case. This is murder. This is not no alcohol poisoning. This has nothing to do with alcohol poisoning. And they came back to Charlotte and told the mother and basically and the father that Shanquella died from alcohol poisoning, when in fact she was beat to death. And now the FBI is investigating her murder. They are investigating Shanquella's death as a homicide. And everyone that was in that room with her is all persons of interest. And tonight, I had to bring on the father of this beautiful, beautiful, successful Black woman who was just young, living life, making money, being a boss, supporting everybody, loving everybody.
Didn't I say in the last stream that she looked like the type that would be supporting other folks too? I talked about that in the last stream. That's probably what they were jealous about as well. You know, she appeared to be the type that's very giving, because if she's successful at what she's doing, surely she don't have a problem sharing.
Loved everybody but the haters. You know we don't love the haters. But tonight I had to bring this father on. I have been in contact with this family since the day I posted the first story, when I spoke to him and I spoke to Miss Alamandra and I spoke to Shanquella's sister, who I will be doing an interview with on Sunday. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to bring on Shanquella's dad, Mr. Bernard Robinson. How you doing, Mr. Robinson?
I'm holding through the grace of God and everybody prayers around this world, around this nation, who have been praying and just watched, who have been listening to and reading about what went on over there in Mexico, Cabo.
Yeah,
that's how I'm standing through everybody prayers and how they feel about this situation.
Yes, sir.
That's the only way I'm standing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, I definitely want to say you do look good, and I see that, you know, that God's grace and mercy is all in this. You know, we're both Bible believing men, and we know that God can do anything but fail, and God has been in this case from the beginning. Even in the room, God has been he's been involved in this. He knew what was going to happen, and he knew that he, you know, won't let those who are responsible get away with it. He's already working. And, you know, to see that Shanquella not only, you know, has had an impact on just Charlotte, but it's beyond Charlotte now. You know, the world see how beautiful she was. The world see how she can slay hair. The world see how of a woman she carried herself. And just to see that some no good, low down, dirty dogs would do something like this to someone who was at the top, and to reduce her to a hashtag is very egregious, and it is disgusting, and justice will be served. Let's make that clear.
Oh yes,
Mr. Robinson. Yes. Yes. Justice will be served. I first want to give my condolences to you and to your entire family. I am so sorry that you all are going through this, and I continue to pray for you all, and people around the world continue to pray your strength, and that God will continue to touch this situation and will bring those who are responsible to justice fast, quick. We have been talking over the phone since I first reached out to you all. And you told me about, you know, your daughter, and you told me about the lie of the alcohol poisoning, and you told me about what the autopsy said, and you told me about the pictures that you were shown of your daughter, and just how dirty, this murder was. Can you tell us a little bit about, what the, I don't want to call them friends because they're not friends, but the people that she was over there with, what did they come back to North Carolina and tell your family, especially Khalil, who is, the best friend of your daughter? Can you just talk about how you found out about your daughter's death, and can you talk about the lie that they told?
Now, before we get into that, right, let me also make this very clear to the chat, right? This live show is not about this guy's lifestyle. And I'm talking about Gerald Jackson. This is not about his lifestyle or what he do, right? This topic is about a woman that died because she was murdered by somebody, right? This is her father who is sharing his thoughts, right? Keep all your comments respectful or you will be banned, period. I need to make that very clear to you. I'm not here to play games, right? If the topic is about a particular subject, we deal with the subject. But don't turn my chat into a place where you want to talk about what you want to talk about, because that's not what we're here for, right? Now let's carry on with the video.
At first, I was sitting at home on a Saturday, which was the 29th. It was like 7 or 8 p.m. and the phone rung. I'm sitting there looking at TV. So my mom said, I said, well, Mom's calling. So I picked the phone up, and it wasn't sounding right. So she said, Shanquella gone. So, I'm saying gone, gone where,
Now that right there is crazy. So you get a call, these people come to you and they just tell you Shanquella's gone. I would have been flipping at that moment. If I know my daughter, I don't know how many children he got. I don't know. I don't have that information if he have more than one. But I know that if that was my only daughter and her friends come back to me and they're like, yo, Shanquella's gone, I'm going to lose it. Everybody getting it at that point. Why y'all back home and my daughter not home with you? Y'all supposed to protect my daughter. So I could just imagine what he must have been going through just by just hearing that statement. You feel like you're choking at that point.
And she said, she dead. I said, dead how? And she said, alcohol poison. So when she said alcohol, I said, how she got alcohol poison? Where's she at? So she said, Mexico, Cabo. So, the phone just, my phone dropped and I just started crying. I'm trying to figure out who she was over there with, and said she was over there with some friends that she went to school with, went to Salem with. So I said, you know of them? You know them? She said, I know of them. I just...
Hold on a second. Let me take care of this business real quick. I want you all to see exactly the type of stuff that I got to deal with when it comes to ninjas. This is what I mean, how when people don't know how to move, how men, they don't have wisdom, how they don't know how to think rational, be wise, like a serpent, harmless as a dove. This person says at Ringo TV Reactions, I got you, but you preach about the Most High Yah all the time, so I thought I was in the clear to make that comment. My bad, brother. My bad. Fam, I told you I'm not here to play games with you. You failed. Have a little more respect in class, bro. You're the reason why we as a people cannot grow, because you don't know how to move. You're like the Kanyes of the world. You got money, you got power, you got resources, but you don't know how to use your mouth. because you talk too much. You got to know how to move. That's why the scripture says, be wise as a serpent. See, a serpent is very venomous, very cunning. You have to be wise like a serpent, but harmless like a dove. When you see a dove, you know the dove is not going to do nothing to nobody. Anybody look at a dove, you don't feel threatened. You got to know how to move. Your mouth is what creates problems. And that's what got Kanye in trouble. Not that Kanye wasn't speaking truth. He just didn't know how to articulate himself. And he made people get nervous. You need to learn from that, bro. Now, let's rewind this back and get back to the video. Hopefully that brother will learn the lesson of tonight.
The pictures that you were shown of your daughter, and just how dirty, you know, this murder was. Can you tell us a little bit about, you know, what I don't want to call them friends because they're not friends, but the people that she was over there with, what did they come back to North Carolina and tell your family, especially Khalil, who is, you know, the best friend of your daughter? Can you just talk about how you found out about your daughter's death, and can you talk about the lie that they told?
Well, at first, you know, I was sitting at home on a Saturday, which was the 29th. It was like 7 or 8 p.m. and the phone rung. I'm sitting there looking at TV. So my mom said, I said, well, mom's calling.
Wow. So they called the house. He's at the crib chilling, relaxing on a weekend, right? He get a phone call. They didn't even have the decency of coming to the house.
So I picked the phone up, and it wasn't sounding right. So she said, Shanquella gone. So, you know, I'm saying gone, you know, gone where, you know?
Wow.
And she said, she dead. I said, dead how? And she said, alcohol poison. So when she said alcohol, I said, how's she got alcohol poison? Where's she at? So she said, Mexico, Cabo. So, you know, the phone just, you know, my phone dropped, and I just started crying. And then, you know, I'm trying to figure out who she was over there with, you know, and said she was over there with some friends that she went to school with, went to Salem with. So I said, you know of them? You know them? You know, she said, I know of them. I just know she went to school with them. So, you know, from there, you know, my whole night was just trauma, man. I just cried all that night. Just cried.
So he got a phone call from an anonymous, well, I don't know if it's anonymous, but some sort of friend of a friend that probably heard about the situation. Do you see how quick the news spread? And they immediately called the father. So his whole world is upside down. Somebody had asked in the chat, I'm curious why the Mexican authorities didn't reach out to her parents first. Let me see what you said. I don't know. Something you said that that's dead wrong, or they dead wrong. But we all know how Mexico feel about America. Well, I don't know about how they feel about America or how America feel about them. All I know is that if anything, if we're going to look at this logically, they don't want their hands dirty, because most Americans that die overseas normally is because of somebody putting some sort of drug in their drink. We hear this a lot in Brazil, Mexico, Dominican Republic, and people get robbed. So maybe they labeled it like that, or maybe the friends labeled it as potential poisoning because of what they heard or hear overseas to cover up how she died, because that was the part of the plan. But normally when people die overseas, they try to cover their tracks. You understand? They try to cover their tracks because it's going to be a big hot mess when U.S. citizens die overseas. We hear about it all the time. Let's get back to the tape.
Yeah. Yeah.
not knowing, how, over in Mexico, where she at, or what,
Mhm.
Um,
Now,
right now,
mhm. Go ahead,
it's
Dad.
just
Go ahead.
hard.
Yeah.
It's just the point that alcohol poisoning. It's just it's something. It didn't sound right. I
Right.
said, how you got over there? For the flu over there. I'm trying to when she leave. So he said she left Friday. Got there 8 o'clock. She said she talked to on the phone, and they was sitting there drinking. Eating tacos and salads. A chef came in, and from there she said, "I'll talk to you tomorrow." So from that point, that was Friday. So Saturday, so she telling me the whole story now. So from that point, then that's when she found her dead at 3 o'clock. Say her friend Khalid was on the phone talking to her, saying she was, sick, throwing up, she wasn't feeling well. She took a shower, laid back down, and they called the Airbnb house. They supposed to send a medic out, doctor out to the house, and they had to pay $150 for the doctor to come. So when the doctor came, they had to look at her, try to put an IV in her arm, and said the IV popped out, and she went into a seizure.
Y'all don't notice how a lot of this information, the other guy that I just finished reviewing earlier, he left a lot of that information out of the whole ordeal. Y'all don't notice that? Right? That they had to do this and had to do that. So they trying to spin this thing one way to the father as if though like she was just drinking and had a problem and just somehow just died. When really they murdered the woman. That's why I said in the last stream that the dude was guilty. No matter what he said, he's guilty. He's a part of it. This is another one of those cases, just like the Takeoff case. Same way. You're out with your people that you trust, and you end up going home in a body bag, and everybody else go back to their life. And next minute, people start packing their bags, relocating. I'm hearing a couple of the people have been relocating. Like they all packed their bags and bounced.
That's what Khalid telling, her mom's all this right here now. So
Right.
I'm trying to figure out, I'm listening to the conversation. So I'm trying to figure out, well, why Khalid, didn't give you the phone or let you hear the doctor. Then
Right.
one of them in the house, which she was told, one of them told her she need to wire $5,000 over there so they can take her to the hospital or so she be able to get in the hospital. I say, $5,000 for what? I mean, she's got insurance.
$5,000? Are you kidding me? Doesn't that sound like some sort of extortion? Like they trying to just get money? You don't see what they were doing? That's crazy. See, these are new details that are coming in. They wanted Pops to wire money in order to get her to the hospital, but based on what we were hearing, that's not what the other dude was saying. He said that she was just laying there and he was massaging her head with some nice sweet music playing in the background. They were trying to get money out of the family. They were really doing a number out there. And it probably backfired, if you ask me.
They had insurance.
Right.
So from that point, that's it. So then all of a sudden, money came. Okay, now we getting together trying to figure out where she at. So she on the embassy, calling the embassy, they giving her to run around. I don't know too much about Mexico, none of that. So me and my brother was over my mom's house. So as I'm standing here talking to y'all right now, I'm just hurting all inside. So my mind is really on my daughter, but I'm sitting here telling what I know, what was told to me. So what I had to do, in which I know it wasn't but God that led me to her. So me and my brother got on that phone and started Googling all the funeral homes that was over in Mexico, Cabo. So we came up with funeral home Riviera funeral home over there. And first we called, a guy answered the phone. He didn't speak English. So we called back again, and another young lady answered the phone, and her name was Elizabeth. And from that point on, she said, I asked her, you have Shanquella Robinson over there? She said, yes, sir. Like, Miss Robinson, I'm sorry for your loss. And so from that point on, she said, Mr. Robinson, I'm going to stick with you until I get your daughter back to the States. So that lady was like an angel. So
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like, real talk. As soon as he said what he said right there, that just messed me up, yo. I don't know if everybody was just listening, if you just felt that. Like, when he said what the person just told him over the phone, like, I just got these chills, and it almost felt like something happened in my world. I got 4 daughters. So that just hit. Imagine you home and you get this news and you don't even know what to do. And they just said, your daughter's gone. Your daughter's gone. And you're helpless. And you don't have no answers. You're like, what do you... That's a horrible feeling, man. I don't wish that on nobody. That's a horrible feeling. I just felt some type of way just after what he just said right there. That was personal. Nah, yo, those people got to pay for this. Those people got to pay. And you could tell by his position that inside he's like, you won't understand. If you don't got kids, if you don't got no children, you won't understand. You know, sometimes your kids could act up. They could be bad, do crazy stuff. You get on their tail, right? And then they doing good. But to hear news that your baby is gone, deleted, it stops everything. Your whole world just stops. I know what that, listen, I don't want to know. I don't want to go through that, man. That's crazy right there. But let's get back to the tape.
A lot of paperwork had to be done. Her mom sent the paperwork was already in the system. So I called her back. She said, yeah, I got the paperwork. I need a release form so I can release her body to you. And so we did that. And the bill came up and everything. So I wired the money over there, you know. After I wired the money, they got the body. So did the paperwork, and it'll take a while for that paperwork to get done because they had to transfer everything over into English.
Yeah.
So she got back here last Thursday, around about 5 o'clock. So I'm sitting there in the funeral home. As soon as that door opened and that box came in there with her in it, man, you know, just cried like a baby.
Yeah.
Didn't even want to leave out the funeral home. My brother had to pull me out of there. You know, I'm sitting here, you know, looking at her, seeing, you know, a knot on her head, her eyes swole, she got a cut lip, and, you know, just, you know, that's no alcohol wasn't gonna do all that, you know. So that's just something not adding up right here.
You see that? He got back the body. She still had a knot on her head, the cuts on her face. You see that? And her so-called friends just left her over there to die. That's it. They didn't care. No love whatsoever. That's how cruel some people can be, man. Some people could be just cruel. And I took a look at the video. This woman looks like, she looked like she's about, I would say about probably like 130 to 140 pounds. She looked light compared to the other person that was basically attacking her. It wasn't even a fair fight, to tell you the truth, because she wasn't even fighting back, and the other person was way larger than her and was throwing some vicious blows. And I don't know if it's true, but I'm hearing from the clouds that there could have been possibly other people in the room fighting with that girl. I don't know if that's true, so I'm going to say alleged, you know what I mean? But I'm hearing that it could have been a situation where people were taking turns fighting her. And you know how it is when sometimes when ladies fight, they be stomping on people's heads when they on the floor. And that's probably how her spine by her neck got messed up. He had to send for the body, had to pay. I think he said he paid about 5 or 7,000 to get her back. The people that took her, look, the pop said she was invited out there. So that's another clue that she was invited, y'all. She was invited. So when you really think about this, this was plotted. They plotted against her. She was invited. Isn't that the same thing with the Takeoff case? They were invited to the bowling alley. Y'all don't see what's happening? It's like, is this some sort of ritual thing? Was this an alleged ritual? Because it seemed like everybody's getting invited somewhere and then they dying. Let's get back into this, find out what more about what the dad got to say.
So y'all gonna come back here to the States and bring her luggage back, sit right there in her mom's, in her sister's face, ate, told y'all story, how it happened, alcohol poisoning and all that. And then, 2 or 3 days later, when the report came back, the lady told me, no, Mr. Brown, you and your daughter didn't die of no alcohol poisoning. She died, it was trauma to her neck and her spinal cord.
Wow.
It was broke. So that's when I just had it. I said, no. I said, baby girl, your daddy is not going to let you die in vain. I will get justice for you.
Listen, for her to have an injury like that, somebody had to been jumping on her head. You didn't just get that because somebody punched you. Somebody literally either picked you up and threw you on the ground, or somebody was stepping on your head and stepping on your neck. I mean, they were just doing some vicious things to you. And that just goes to show how cruel people are. And to think that somebody had the camera on the whole time filming it, it just makes it worse. And the brother Gerald on his site, he got photos of possible alleged suspects, people that the police need to investigate. So this case should be already done, closed and solved, and people should be in prison already. I don't know why these things are taking so long when you got these suspects. They lied to the parents, and now he's about to explain about the death certificate on how it's not matching up with the story that was told to him.
Right. Yeah.
We'll get justice for you. So, going forward, I didn't let up. I did not let up, not one bit. And I know the grace of God has got everybody out here who caring and loving and everything and giving me the strength that I need to stand on this, because I've been crying. I've been having my moments, I really can't sleep because that was my heart. It was a big hole. Y'all didn't came back here. Y'all got kids. I think some of you all got little kids from what I heard. I don't be on Facebook or social media, or Twitter, all that. I don't that's not my style.
Yeah.
So I'm more of a person. I'm just laid back in the back scene. But all at the same time, her father has been here all along. Her whole 25 years she's been on this earth.
Yeah.
It's been her dad and all her friends who know me would tell you. Her dad.
Yeah.
Her dad. And I know for a fact, I know she probably called out for her dad. And
Yeah.
for her to go out here and suffer like that,
Mhm.
I mean, for her to suffer the way y'all did, you know, to beat on her, because she's not a fighter. She's not a
Right.
fighter at all.
Right. Yeah.
And it's a shame, you know, for y'all men to be sitting in the room, the video I saw, for
Yeah.
y'all men to be sitting in that room and y'all let this go on, ain't do nothing. And Khalid, you supposed to be her best friend for 5 years.
A
5
best
years.
friend. Now I want
You
to.
know, and y'all supposed to be friends.
Yeah.
Friends just don't do that. Not
Yeah.
at all. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
do y'all, you know, I understand y'all parents, you know, your parents ain't even reached out to me, or I don't know if you reached out to her mom or not, but your parents ain't reached out to me. You all ain't reached out to me. So, you know, I say something ain't adding up right here, but I just ask God to give me the strength and bring me justice. Show me what really happened over there, Lord. That's all I ask. You know,
Yeah.
I'm not perfect, but I know definitely where my help comes from.
Listen, you have men that were in that room, right, while everything was going down, and they didn't stop nothing. And they just let it rock out. This is why I keep saying I can't stand ninjas, because it's like they carry themselves like animals, and they're always violent. You know, whenever you talk about the hood, they always want to talk about how violent their hood is. My hood is the craziest hood. Yeah, we be wildin'. I'm like, it's never nothing positive. And this is why we got situations like this. This young lady was invited to this trip, and at this point, it could be a ritual. It could be just another blood sacrifice because of the day, the time, and what they went out there for this so-called Day of the Dead stuff. Like, hey, I don't know what that is. It is what it is, but it don't sound good to me, right? But for them to bring her out there, beat her up to the point that she have a broken spine, and like, what? You don't just get that like that, man. You know? Somebody probably slammed you on your neck. And see, this is what happens. And they don't care. And they did this overseas because they know the laws are different. And they figure they could cover it up. They really wanted to do it on U.S. soil, but they knew they would have been caught. You have to understand. They set this thing up, but it backfired. They didn't plan it out too well. Let's go.
Yes.
I know definitely where my help comes from.
Yeah.
And God has been moving. He's been moving.
Yeah.
And Gerald, the way God moved in you, when you say you called that Monday morning, I know I had prayed, say pray, always pray. And it's just how everything just going, it's just everything just coming. The cover has just been pulled off, you know.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm still hurting. I mean, like I said, I'm sitting here hurting, talking about this as I'm hurting right now, knowing in 2 days, you know, I got to bury her.
Yeah. Yeah.
And y'all then came back here, then shut down your Facebook pages. You know, you're not talking no more like you was before you left. So what, you know, why you hiding? You know, just tell the truth.
Just tell the truth.
Just tell the truth.
All right, let me see something in the chat. People are saying, let me see. Rengo, I believe that was the mother who contacted the father, not the demons in human form. Okay, so you're the second person that confirmed that. So, all right, so then that would, all right, because again, in my thoughts, I'm assuming that maybe the mom and the dad are together. I don't know that. Respectfully, I don't know if they're together or they're separated, because I'm trying to figure out what's going on. But if they are, then it could be that the mom got the news and then she called the father and let him know what's going on. Or maybe they are together and the mom just got the phone call and then called the dad. So, okay, so then that was it. I thought it was the demons calling, because that would just be evil, you know. So basically, they didn't even call. I'm thinking that the father was just chilling and they called the father. So people are saying that it was the mom who called the father. Okay, well, thanks for the clarification. Okay, let's get back into this. Let's go.
Mr. Robinson, I want to.
You got a father here that won't even be, you know, you got a father here now, you know, won't even be a granddaddy. I can't even walk her down the, can't even walk her down the aisle.
So she ain't have no children. He said he can't be no granddaddy. So that means she ain't have no kids. 25 years old. She had a business, successful, hairstylist, clothing. She sell clothes, have her own website. And these ninjas came out of nowhere to cancel her because of jealousy. Period. This is why I say, ladies, brothers, when you're doing something and you got something really good going for yourself, you got to know how to do it and kind of just roll solo. I ain't saying, you know, be antisocial and don't have no life. Just know how to move and don't have everybody around you. Remember, you got a business, you got responsibilities. You can have fun, but kind of, you know, balance it out. Don't be too available for other people. You know, don't make yourself readily available for everybody. When you're an important person, you just can't be available for everybody and so freely there. You know, limit that access that other people have to your life, because people want to see you fail. They really do. A lot of people are not happy for you. 25, already got her business, things going for herself. They mad. People be mad sometime, man. You know?
Can't even hear a voice. Can't hear say daddy. You know. You know, she gone.
Yeah.
She gone.
Yeah.
And y'all took that from me. Y'all took that from me. And Khalid, I know she told you about her dad. I know she did.
Now, at this point now, all right, let me put it this way. I seen a news clip, right? And I seen the father and the mom, and they were there talking. And at first, I was like, you know, I don't see no emotion. I don't see nothing. So now I see that the father is hurting. I can feel what he feel. I know that he's serious. He looked like one of them old school type guys that very serious, laid back, don't bother nobody. And that's how he always moved. And this situation is really burning him up inside. But he's just trying to be as cool as possible because that's how he always moved, you know? So in his first interview on the TV, on the public, it appeared like, okay, he was showing no emotion. But the thing is, he really was, but you just couldn't really see it because he holding it in. Right here, I can see it. It's like it's there. Because what happened was the reality of losing his daughter, it's like the totality of it didn't hit. You know what I'm saying? But now he's like, wow, she's really gone. And when that start happening, man, you're going to start breaking down, bro. That's when you're going to start breaking down. Them tears are going to start to flow. You're going to start reminiscing. And before you know it, you want answers. So they're going to have to get some justice for this family. You know, this ain't no joke, man. This is a serious situation here. Very, very serious situation.
You got a dad. You know, y'all got dads and a mother that I know of, you know.
Yeah.
They can look at you all. Y'all can have a conversation. I can't have no conversation no more. It's gone.
Yeah.
So I had to come on here and, you know, speak my heart and speak my mind. You know, I'm not a deadbeat dad.
Yeah.
Anybody who knew me, all of my daughter's friends know what type of dad I was.
Yeah. That's what I want you to do. And I know me and you talked, and we talked about having an interview. And I know we talked about, you said, Jerome, I'm gonna give you one first because you've been working on it. And I just want to thank you because the people need to hear from you. These I'm going to call them murderers. I don't care what nobody else call them, Mr. Robinson. I'm going to call them what they are, my opinion. Because I feel like that y'all knew what was going on and you still didn't say nothing. Now, the problem I have is that Khalil came back, brought your daughter's luggage to the house, had dinner, and sat in y'all family's face and told y'all that Shanquella died from alcohol poisoning. And then when I called you about the video, you didn't even know anything about the video till I called you and told you about the video, and I sent it to you. And you know, now that the video is out, it definitely confirms what you were saying all along about, you know, this alcohol poisoning doesn't put a knot on your head. It doesn't swell your eyes. It doesn't bust your lip. It don't do any of that.
So let me get this straight. This friend came to the house to have dinner? So the friend came to their house to have dinner and then told these parents, yeah, she died of alcohol poisoning. That's a red flag right there. That's crazy. That's what you call a real demon, a snake. That's vile, heartless, callous, cold. Wow. Man, that's a heartless person right there. That's a person that never liked her. And they're happy that she's gone. Wow.
And I know that that's one of the parts that you can't even fathom of how this man can come to your family's face and tell y'all a lie like that. Now, I spoke with Miss Salamandra. I spoke with Miss Robinson, and she had told me that Khalil had been coming back over to the house. He was coming around every day. Did he ever call you? Did he ever reach out to you personally and tell you, you know, what happened or any of that?
Is he referring to the guy that we did the stream on recently? Put a one in the chat if that's the person he's talking about, because I don't have all of their names. Is that the guy that I did the review on in the last stream? Is he saying, did he call? People saying yes. Somebody said no. I guess nobody's sure. I guess we'll find out. I got a lot of ones, so it looked like that's a yes. We still got to know. Okay, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out as we go.
Khalil never called whatsoever. You know, from what his mom was telling me, you know, he'll come over to the house. I guess he was coming over to see what kind of information they knew. But once I found the information out, that's how they found the information, was through me, that she had a broken neck and a broken spinal cord.
Listen, anybody that come in here, right? Listen to me very carefully. Anybody that comes in here saying, just play the video, I'm just going to block you from the channel. That's all I'm going to do. Don't come in here with the disrespect. All right? I do what I want to do on the platform. I do reaction videos. This is not a movie theater. Do you understand me? Don't come here telling me to just play the video. If you have a problem, leave. Just that simple.
Right.
That's how they got the information, was through me. And then once they came, when I called and sent what happened, then he was over there. Then all of a sudden, from what they told me, he got all sick and wasn't feeling good. And say his aunt was with him or his mama was with him. He wanted to leave. And when he left, they ain't heard no more from him, you know. So, and then when I saw the video, for y'all to beat her, knowing she's not a fighter, for y'all to, I don't know if y'all woke up out of her sleep, to beat her naked like that. Well, why she was naked? For you men to, you know, to sit in that room and watch her, that girl hit on her like that while she was naked. You know, I mean,
It's
the men in the room. Wait, I mean,
And based on the whole situation, it appears as if though they all had like separate rooms, right? So that means that it looked like they must have came into her room with the drama. So, you know, they had the cameras ready, so that means that they knew what they were doing, right? By the pure fact that this friend had the camera out, they already knew what it was. So this was all pre-planned. Hey, let's go into her room, let's just set it off. And it was over something. I don't know what it was over, but they executed whatever they had to do. So she was naked. That's weird because I have the video and I didn't even, that's just a show. I was not looking that hard to know if she was naked. I'm trying to figure this out now because I actually have the video, but I'm not going to play it on YouTube. This is crazy. Let's get back into the tape.
Y'all have sisters. You know, do y'all have a mother? What if someone show y'all the video like that? A man, someone beating on your mother or beating on your sister naked. How would you feel? And she's not even defending herself because she's not a fighter. You're already bigger than her. She ain't number, you know, petite, no way no more than about 120, 125 pounds.
So now this makes it even worse now because the dude from the last video that we did the review on, he said that when he got into the house, right, she was laying out. So she was laying out naked. And he just decides, you know what, while she's naked, to start massaging her head while playing some R&B music. If she was naked, I can guarantee you other things was going on in that house. Guarantee. Now that's a new twist. I didn't even focus on that because, like, again, I seen the so-called video and I'm not even looking for anyone being naked. This is a surprise to me right now. So that just takes it to another level. The dude that's in the last video that I did reaction to, he's guilty as hell now. So he was basically massaging some woman's head while she's naked. Like it ain't nothing. He ain't asking nobody questions on why she naked, bro? Wow. It's a wrap for these people.
That's not her style. Her style is not a fighter. Her style is not a fighter. She wasn't raised like that.
Yeah.
She wasn't raised like that. She was raised to, you know, to have fun and treat people like she wanted to be treated. Laugh. You know, care for others. You know, and y'all want to take her over there out of her comfort zone and do her that way when she thinking she going over there to have fun. And y'all seen that to me, it was a setup. You know.
Yeah. That's what it's in as well.
To the grace of God.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get justice. She's not gonna die, and it will not die in vain.
No.
I'm gonna get justice. I'm gonna get justice.
Yes, sir. Yes, we are going to get justice. You are going to get justice. Shanquella is going to get justice. Your entire family is going to get justice. Now, Mr. Bernard, Friday, they are over in Mexico. Saturday, as you know, as you talked about earlier, Khalil calls and he says that Shanquella is not feeling good. She's been throwing up. And she's resting. And then he calls back because Salamandra told me that, you know, she told him, you know, well, just, you know, keep an eye on her, you know, just keep me updated on what's going on. And then he calls back and says that they are trying to resuscitate her. And you're trying to understand, well, what's going on? And then he comes up with this alcohol poisoning bullshit, you know. Now,
yo, they killed her, bro. They killed her. It's evident now. They killed her. This woman is naked in said video, which means she probably just got out of the shower doing something, and they were already posted up. They had it planned. So the dude that was in the last video I did the reaction to, he lied. The whole thing is a lie. He know he's already in. That's why he's trying to put a story together. All of these people are involved, and all of them need to be under the prison. This is crazy. It just went to a next level here. I didn't know, without the chat saying it, I didn't even know this lady was naked. That makes it even worse. Is there any news or any information of any alleged molestation to this young lady? Because I'm hearing that maybe that's a possibility as well. And that's why this guy feels kind of guilty. Were there other men there? Were there other guys there? Because it seemed like they were taking advantage of her to the max. This is crazy, man. She was literally being tortured. None of the folks that was in that room cared about her. They were all in on it. They did her dirty, bro. They did her dirty. She had no chance of escape, period. They weren't letting her leave. They did this. They planned and did this whole thing.
And I understand that the FBI is now investigating. You have been in contact. Your entire family has been in contact with the FBI. But have you learned anything as far as the Mexican police seeing any type of bruises on her when they got there? You know, did the medics observe anything, different, about her when they got there for them to, allow these people to leave a room, after saying that she had alcohol poisoning and then tending to her body, and it's obvious signs that, she was beat. Have you learned anything? I mean, has any information been communicated to you that the Mexican authorities or the doctor or the medics over there saw any of those signs on her?
At this point, the pops need to have, he need to have someone else do all of those things and not focus on the medical folks in Mexico and the police. He need to have that done here. You have 3 guys. Somebody put it in the chat. Let me see. Somebody put 3 men, 3 women. You got 3 men in a room and there's a woman being beaten up and she's naked. Chances are other things went on in that room. That's right. And that's why homeboy on the camera feels so guilty, because he know what went down. And they were all in on it. And everybody was drinking and wilding out. You understand? They were trying to destroy that young lady's life. She probably was nothing like them. That's crazy. Let's hear what he got to say. But I think that pops need to have some more tests ran on her to see if there was any sort of foul play, if you know what I mean, on this young lady. He need to thoroughly make sure that they test what they need to test to find DNA. Because I believe there was more that went down. And I believe the whole time she was possibly drugged. Ain't no telling what they did. To the point where she couldn't even speak. You understand? Ain't no telling what they did. They probably injected her with something, gave her something in a drink. Man, the things people would do.
As right now, I'm just waiting on for all that information to come back to me.
Yeah, you waiting for all that information
to come back to me.
Right.
From what I saw her, when I saw her in that cat, when I saw her laying there when they rolled her in the funeral home, I mean, you see, we saw the bruises.
Right.
We saw the bruises.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know. She was in her pajamas, flannel pajamas, pants, and a shirt. So I don't know if they put that on her or who put that on her. you know. But I don't just see how can y'all sleep. I don't see how all of y'all can sleep. I don't see how can all of y'all go about and do y'all daily duties and sit there knowing what y'all did.
Because they're heartless. That's why they could do that. When a person has no soul, they can do evil like this and just go right to their 9 to 5 and act like nothing never happened.
Yeah.
Knowing what y'all did.
Right.
You
Now,
know?
I understand, Mr. Bernard, that you're waiting for more information as it relates to that. Now, the death certificate stated, now the video shows that there was a fight in the bedroom. It's early morning outside if you look at the outside in the video. But the death certificate stated that she was found in the living room. But the video shows that a fight was inside the bedroom, and I do know, and I communicated with you from a source that there is a second video, because obviously, Shanquella is on the ground with her head down. So, I mean, you could tell that she's still alive. But then other information that we learned today about Winter Donovan grabbing her around her neck and slamming her and her not getting back up. There is a second video that is out there.
Wow.
This information came directly from someone who is friends with Dejanay's mother, and this information was communicated because people were upset about the fact that only one angle is being showed, and that is Dejanay assaulting your daughter. This was not a fight. This was a brutal assault because your daughter was not fighting back. And in that video, at the end, Khalil had told Shanquella's sister and Miss Salamandra that he was not there when all of this happened, after the fact that they learned from talks from those that was there that there was a fight, that he was not in the room. But the video clearly shows him to the left. I mean, you've never seen Khalil, have you, Mr. Bernard?
No, never seen Khalil.
Right.
Only thing I saw is pictures of all of them.
Yeah, right.
So I saw pictures of all of them.
Yeah.
I heard the same thing you heard. There's a video out there.
Yeah.
That
I'm trying to figure out who is Khalil. Is that the dude? I'm trying to figure out who's who, because this brother, he have photos, he have names. He's on the case. He's definitely on the case on trying to figure out what's going on. Let me see. Let me see. This is the same dude here. Let me see. All right. I'm on his website. I'm reading something from his website. It says, well, seems like the walls of Jericho won't be coming down anytime soon for 25-year-old Nazir Wiggins. So the dude that was in the last video, his name is Nazir Wiggins, the man who was on IG Live Tuesday night trying to clear his name on a case out of Mexico. So his name is Nazir. Nazeer, Nazeer. So now we got his name. Okay, so Nazeer is his name. Yeah, you have a lot of information about the people that were there. Okay, let me get back into this now. So his name is Nazir.
She picked up by the neck and slammed on the ground, and once they slammed her, she didn't get back up.
Wow.
Did not get back up. So I guess that slam back there must have broke her neck and a spinal cord.
Do you need a second, Mr. Bernard? I can turn this off for a minute.
Nah, man, go ahead. We can go through this. We can go through this.
Yes, sir.
See, that right there is serious business, man. So they picked her up, slammed her down on the floor. She's naked. Keep that in mind. Everybody's in the room, right? Nobody's stopping anything because they're all in on it. They think it's cool. They think it's funny. Normally, women would be telling the guys, hey, get out the room, you know, because she's naked. But no, everybody's there. You know why? Because they're all in on it, and ain't no telling what else was done to this young lady. Ain't no telling how much pain she was enduring. Imagine your neck, your spine is broken, and they're still fighting you, still punching you. Think about that. This is crazy. She was basically brutalized, bro.
I know this is, I'm sorry, this is very, very, very difficult. I
really don't know how much I love my daughter. Y'all don't know. Y'all don't know what y'all done to me. Y'all don't know how, you know, the hole that y'all done put in me. I really don't know. Serious, you know. Y'all can just come back here and deal with y'all did. And leave her there. Leave her there. And then just leave her there. And then the maid had to find her from what I'm hearing, you know. You know, y'all don't understand how much of pain my daughter was in, sitting there with a broke neck or a spinal cord, you know. And then I'm hearing, I don't know, Najee or whatever. He came to the house, you know. So he was the last one. Something about he was the last one. He was the last one about her breathing or something, you know. He playing soft music and rubbing her head. Really?
Wow. So now he's talking about the Nazir guy. Now he's talking about him. Notice what Pop said, that he was playing soft music and rubbing her head. Now, do you see how evil that sound? That's why I don't believe none of that nonsense dude was saying in the video. He guilty. He was doing other things to this young lady. I could tell, bro. His body language, the way he was moving, he know he did some dirty things, bro. And it's going to all come out. I believe that she was sexually assaulted. I personally believe that by all those guys. Allegedly, I'll throw that out there. But the way his body language was, it was like a man that know he did some dirt. And they probably got it on tape. They probably got all the things they did to her on tape. And it's going to all come out probably too.
All of y'all could have got her help. All of y'all. But y'all chose not to.
Yep.
Exactly. Who the freak comes from an airport, claimed they came from an airport straight into there and just rub her head playing soft music and claiming he's doing CPR.
That's exactly what I was saying in my stream. Who comes from a flight? When you come from a flight, you tired, you hungry, you just want to come in, crash, and go to sleep. I know that's how it be for me. You know, you want to get something to eat and you want to go straight to sleep. Not come from the flight and then see somebody on the floor naked. Remember, this woman is supposed to be naked on the floor and he's rubbing her head playing soft music. Who does that? They did some dirt to this woman.
And then, you know, to get online and try to run to the world that you are so innocent. The only innocent person and the only victim in this case is Mr. Bernard's daughter. And that's Shanquella Robinson. Ain't nobody else a damn victim. And I wish people would stop getting online talking about this Nazir dude got there. And then this is the problem that I have. And from my understanding, Mr. Bernard, I did you watch any of his video?
Who was video?
Nazir's. Did you watch any of Nazir's videos?
Yeah, I watched a little bit how he's saying this and that, saying that. Really? Really?
And the problem that I have is I don't.
You came there and you saw her. You should have got help. If you was her friend, and you ain't seen her in 9 years, and you came in that house, ain't no way you gonna sit here and you saw the bruises. You saw the bruises. You came in the house.
Mm-hmm.
You want to sit there and say you played music and rub her head, and then she took a last breath, you left? You saw the music. I mean, come on, man, really? You should have came in that house. Hey, y'all ain't going nowhere. Y'all staying down here.
That's the guy
y'all
right there.
Down here. Y'all not going back. Y'all not back going to the United States.
Just in case for those that are viewing, that guy right there on the screen is Nazir. That's the guy that claimed he was late and he got to the villa and pretty much walked in and saw her and decided to put on some soft music and massage her head. And I don't know, but that's the guy right there that I pretty much did the stream on the last video. He's guilty in my opinion.
He should have.
I came in here and saw these bruises. Y'all didn't hurt this girl, no.
Exactly. That is the problem.
Y'all ever thought that she got a mother and a father? Got people back here in the States that love her and care about her, especially her daddy.
Yeah.
And then y'all can't even call. You come to the house, over to her sister's house, and try to say, Miss Robinson, do you have Mr. Robinson's phone number? Can we call him and give him my condolences? No. Not at all.
Wow, so they didn't even call the pops. They didn't even call the man. No respect whatsoever. Totally disrespected. But yet he on IG Live crying, trying to make himself appear like he's innocent, And the whole time he was a part of this nonsense. And to answer the question, somebody had asked, where's the question at? Somebody had asked, what kind of soft music was this man playing? Do you know in the video that I did, he actually said what the name of the song was, which made it even worse. He gave the name of the artist and song he was playing. That sounds even more sinister and crazy. These people are demonic and satanic. Like seriously, I don't know what they're on, what kind of drugs they're smoking. But he claimed that it was his birthday and he was celebrating. But this young lady was invited out there. But he came to his birthday late. Let that make sense. You come to your birthday late. Let that make sense. Nah, he wasn't late. He was early. He's lying. Let's get back to the tape.
Y'all didn't even open your mouth. I ain't doing that at all. Especially you, Khalid. Even your parents. Y'all parents ain't reached out.
Dirty.
Wow.
Dirty.
Our parents ain't even reached out. None, me or her mom. Not that I know her, but I know your parents ain't reached out to me.
Dag, man. Even the parents didn't reach out to this brother and his family. That just goes to show how people be, man. They'll do anything to protect their kids, even though their kids is dirty. And think about how this must feel. You lost your daughter and everybody's hiding out. And these are supposed to be her friends.
Still got y'all. They still got y'all. I don't have mine. She gone. Y'all took her away from me. She can't talk for herself. She can't talk for herself, but her daddy is gonna talk. Her daddy gonna stand strong through the grace of God.
Yes, sir.
God gonna give me the strength that I need. Yes. And I know everybody out there who got a relationship with God gonna pray that I get the strength to stand where I need to stand.
Yes, sir.
And again, for those that are listening in the clouds, all of those that are viewing, we are reviewing a video from Gerald Jackson from the NC Beat website, the ncbeat.com website. Let's get back to the video.
My daughter would not die in vain.
Yes, sir.
She would not die in vain.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna give her justice.
She's gonna get justice.
She didn't have to go through this.
They're
She did
going.
not have to go through this.
She did not have to go through this. Shanquella did not deserve this. She did not deserve this. I can't wrap my head around the fact that they left Mexico, came back to the United States, and told this family that Shanquella died from alcohol poisoning, when in the damn phones that y'all was carrying had the video that we just saw.
Wow.
Y'all knew a fight happened. Y'all knew, and you know who killed Shanquella.
And you told her mama. Y'all sit right there and told her mama that it wasn't no altercation.
That it was no
Y'all told her mama and her sister right there in their face it wasn't no altercation in that house. That's exactly what y'all said.
Those are some cold-blooded killers. All of them need to be charged. First-degree murder. Every last one of them. Now, what I want to do is switch gears a little bit. Look at what transpired here, where you have a 25-year-old, whole future ahead of her, business, hairstylist. You have about 3 men, 3 women in the room. This lady is naked. She's being beat, right? Possibly tortured, possibly molested, right? It's being done by all of these people working together to make this happen. That being said, don't think for a split second that what happened to rapper Takeoff was just some mysterious thing. It was allegedly plotted and planned by multiple people working together to reach a goal, to delete that brother. And all of these deaths all occurring around the same Day of the Dead, Halloween. Let it all come together. It's interesting, right?
That's like what y'all said.
Now,
in a couple of days, I will have all y'all statements.
Yo, that's you know what? Where is CNN? I mean, hey, a lot of news stations are sharing, but the big names, the big name news stations, it's like I haven't heard nothing. You're right about that one. That's a red flag. You're right about that. Like the local news stations, yeah, they're talking about the story. But I haven't heard nothing on CNN and them other stations. I gotta check that after the stream to see what's going on. Let's go.
Joel is.
All y'all statements, what y'all said.
The FBI is on them left and right. So if you think you're hiding at your mama house, Dejanay, you think you're hiding Khalib, you think you're hiding Winnie, if you think you're hiding Nazir, if you think you're hiding Elise, the FBI is on you. And you're going to have to get into the interrogation room and you're going to have to tell what happened.
Yep.
And the fact that y'all still to this day ain't even tried to call this family and say, Miss Robinson, Mr. Robinson, I lied. I was scared. I ain't know what to do. We should have broke it up. I ain't know what to do. And for every parent that's sitting up here and you know your child done killed somebody, you should be ashamed of yourself. That you will harbor a fugitive. That you would try to hide your child. That you wouldn't even reach out to a mother, the mother, father, the father. Shanquella ain't hurt nobody. Everybody loved her. Just because y'all had hate and bitter in your heart, you didn't have to take out what you was going through in your anger and your hatred and your jealousy and your envy on her. You're ugly on the outside and you're ugly on the inside. And you ain't at all worthy to take a dog to the dog pound, let alone call yourselves some type of human with a heart. Y'all ain't shit. I'm sorry, Mr. Bernard, but you know how we talk on the phone. So you know you know me. But
say what you mean.
Mr. Bernard, I am so angry. I'm so angry. I'm so upset. I'm so outraged at the fact
why this particular story is like not everywhere yet. Isn't that crazy? Like it's not even all over the place yet. I mean, it's eventually going to get there because as long as we making noise about it on social media, it's going to go all over the place. Everybody going to be talking about it. But that's crazy.
That these Judases left your daughter for dead.
Yes, I know about those two. I'm going to do a video on them. Let me see. Somebody said 3 other blacks died in Mexico around the same time, allegedly. Yeah, I got that story. I actually knew about that the same day it happened, right? And that happened around the same time when Takeoff pretty much got deleted. And I think that was about something regarding carbon, what is that? Carbon dioxide or something like that. Something like that. Carbon monoxide, this, that stuff that you can't smell. I think it was about that. That was kind of suspicious. And then I think there was another one where it says somebody got poisoned. Somebody poisoned somebody. I think that was it. I would think it was 2 black guys and 1 woman, I think it was. The woman called her boyfriend and was like, I'm feeling kind of weird, something like that. I think it was that story. But I'm going to get to that. I'm going to get to that story because I want to find out more about that, because when these people, y'all got to be careful when y'all go overseas. Because a lot of times they do things, they set y'all up, line you up, drug you, and I'm just calling it what it is, and then you delete it, trying to have fun overseas. Better keep your tail over here where it's safe. Deal with the drama that we got here in America, and, be careful when you overseas, because you don't know how it is out there. What you see on TV ain't always what it be. Let's go.
And then you got Nazir coming on. Let me ask you this. The part that you did hear, Mr. Bernard, did you even believe any of what he said, what he was saying?
No, I wouldn't.
Not at all.
Right.
Not at all.
Not at all.
You were there. You should have did more than what you did.
Right. That's what I was saying.
Should have did more than what you did.
I told you, when he got into that apartment or wherever they were, because that's a big place they were at, big, large rooms, probably 17 or 18 by 18 foot rooms. He had more than enough time to get out of there and get help. But he said he was massaging this woman's head while playing some soft, soothing music while she's naked. Let that make sense now. She's in the nude with a broken spine, right? Bruises on her face, busted lip, not on her head, and this guy is rubbing her head, massaging it. You know what that's the sign of? Guilt. That's when somebody knows somebody passed away and they know they done messed up and they did her dirty. He painted a picture of what he did, and now the feds is going to have that to use against him. That's why they say you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law. That's why they tell you keep your mouth shut. Because you be thinking that you're going to get your way out. No, we're going to use that tape against you. When them prosecutors and everybody get on your ass, you're going to feel it. Trust and believe that.
You trust and believe me, every last one of y'all. Y'all would have stayed there at that hospital down there with my daughter. I would have made sure y'all got back here. You wouldn't have been staying in no Mexico.
Hello?
You would have got back here. You would not have stayed down there.
Hello?
That would have meant a whole lot to me, knowing that you stayed down there with my daughter till I got there or we got there.
That's right. They didn't do that. They didn't rock out with her. They packed up their bags and pretty much did what they had to do and try to escape. They didn't stay there with the daughter. They didn't, wait it out and go through the process and keep the father and the family updated on what's going on. Like, yeah, sir, we're here. We're with her. They're telling us this and that. We found out more details. They ain't do nothing. They were just focused on themselves. Wow.
We all would have been getting back on that plane together. But y'all didn't do that. Y'all left her. Y'all left her there. Y'all left her there.
So dirty and so low down that this father and his brother had to get online and find funeral homes and find out how to get in contact. Y'all left them searching. Y'all left them searching how to find their daughter. This man don't know anything about Mexico. Just imagine being a mother and a father and your child is over in another country and dead and you got to get on Google. What if it wasn't for Google? Y'all dirty. You left this man searching for his baby's body. You left this man trying to find out where his daughter was because he couldn't get in contact with her because she was dead because y'all beat her. Because y'all beat her. How was he supposed to find out? His only connection to her. He ain't have it no more. And y'all, Lord have mercy, Jesus.
I wired that money. I wired that money over there. It wasn't $6,000. I wired that money. It was almost $7,000.
$7,000 he had to wire. $7,000, fam. He had to pull that out of pocket. You know what I mean? He had to pull that money out of pocket to do what he had to do. And on top of that, his daughter was already deleted. You know what I mean? It's crazy.
I wired that money.
And not one of them tried to ask, did they need
I
help?
wired that money.
Didn't ask, do you need money? Didn't ask nothing. Didn't ask nothing.
You know?
Wow.
Nothing.
I don't want no GoFundMe page. None of that. I wired that money.
Cold.
Nothing.
This is why I keep saying, fam, our people, man, we be doing some dirty stuff, man, to one another. Like the hate. Like you would lure someone in, invite them to a trip only to delete them. Man.
Mr. Bernard.
That's from this paper.
And to everybody that's in the chat, keep all your comments clean. Don't post no profanity in the chat. Use the asterisk symbol to hide the words. Keep the comments clean so that the moderators don't got to keep letting you know what to do. Because if it keeps it up, the moderators are just going to boot you up on out of here. I want you to be able to rock out, share your thoughts, but keep it clean for the algorithm. All right, let's get back into this.
Yes, it is paid for.
And her funeral is paid for me to bury her in the next 2 days.
And let me, while we're talking about her funeral, let me say this. Shanquella's funeral is this Saturday. Okay, it is this Saturday, November the 19th. The wait will be 11 to 12, and the funeral is from 12 to 1 at Macedonia Baptist Church, 1300 Hatteras Avenue, Charlotte. Let me say that again. Her funeral is this Saturday, November 19th. Charlotte, show up. Show up.
Now, let me say this. Let me say this now. You can't be a respecter of persons when it comes to this young lady's case. You see, when Takeoff got deleted, there was a large outpouring of support from the fans to the point where they pretty much rented out an entire arena. And over 20,000 people showed up. So if you're out in the area where she's going to be pretty much having her memorial and funeral, show that support. Let's not make this thing well, you know, if you're a celebrity, you know, only the celebrities get talked about and only the celebrities have all this special treatment. No. She was 25. Takeoff was 28. And even though Takeoff was a millionaire, she was still a millionaire in spirit, in thoughts, and everything else. She's just as important. Right? She's just as important. So let's not look at this thing like, well, you know, hey, it is what it is, but we like Takeoff more. Takeoff might have a lot of popularity, and we're gonna keep on his case as well. We ain't letting up on that. My point is, let's not be a respecter of persons by feeling like her situation is less. Her situation is worse. Her situation is worse. We have it on tape with her getting beat. And it's word that there is another video from another angle. And they got all the suspects. Imagine somebody beating your daughter while she's naked. And there's 3 men in the room. 3 men in the room while your daughter's naked and her neck is broken. Spine. So she can't walk. And they doing this evil to her. Come on, man. This woman was in pain, right? She was in pain. And ain't no telling how long this was going on. And that's why that dude in the last stream that I did was so nervous. Because he saw everything. He know he was there. He trying to act like he's innocent. No, you guilty, bro. Ain't nobody gonna believe you. The feds is on your tail. Ain't nowhere to hide.
Stand with this family. Show up. Show up. It's Saturday, November 19th, from 11 to 12 is the viewing, and the funeral is from 12 to 1. Macedonia Baptist Church, 1300 Hatteras Avenue in Charlotte. Mr. Bernard, Khalil brought the girl that was in the video assaulting your daughter and another girl to the house. And Shanquella's sister has stated that now let me ask you this before I get to this. Had you, before the autopsy came back, had you heard that there was a fight or that an altercation was going on over there before you found out everything now that you know now?
Yeah, her friend, my daughter's friend did call me who have my number, who know how much I care about my daughter.
Right.
They did call and say it was a fight in the house, but they wasn't sure. But then the alcohol story came out.
Right.
So when the alcohol story came out, okay, my mind got to wondering who is true, who's true on what. So
right. So once
I just asked God, I said, God, I pray that you give me justice. I asked God to, I pray. I said, God, just let me know what really happened over there. pull the covers
Mm-hmm.
and show me. Because she gone now, Lord.
Mm-hmm.
She gone. But
'Cause
show me what happened,
Mm-hmm.
where I can stand for justice for her, Lord.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
And that's when you came in, and that's for some kind of reason you came in the picture. You came in the picture. I kept praying. And God began to move and start moving in his time and start unraveling stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And this is where we at now.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Mr.
Mr. Bernard, so you had heard about the fight. You heard there was a fight. So Khalil had brought Dejanay, the girl in the video that we see attacking your daughter, and he brought another girl, Winter Donovan, over to the house. And that's when they were asked about the altercation. But they denied the altercation, even though one of them, who we now know, Dejanay Jackson, was in a video assaulting your daughter Shanquella, had the nerve to lie to y'all again in your face, saying that it was alcohol poisoning. So did they really say that was alcohol poisoning? And she
That's what her mom said. That was the words came out their mouth. They were playing a game, drinking. That was the statement they made to her mom and her sister, or everybody who was around over her sister's house, because they was asking questions,
right?
So that's what they told, and so I guess that what her mom, sister, everybody went with.
They said that because they were trying to use that she was somehow poisoned. Again, if you study what happens overseas, a lot of times people get their drinks spiked with drugs and they die. So they were going to try to blame it on the alcohol or whatever that was served, potentially by the place they were staying at. They were trying to use that as the way out. Like, hey, it had nothing to do with us. We had some drinks. She got poisoned. We could get away clean. Because they know a lot of stories overseas end with people dying because of what they drank. Happens a lot. But this time, it ain't going that way. Because the paperwork came back letting the family know that their daughter had a broken spine. Her neck bruised, lumped up, busted lip, injuries on the face. You don't get that from alcohol poisoning. It don't happen that way. I don't recall any, unless you fell out a window, then we could kind of explain it that way. Okay, she fell off the balcony and she went down, But for homeboy to be like, yeah, I walked in the house and I just started massaging her head and playing soft music while she's naked, I don't think I would feel comfortable coming off of a flight and walk inside and see a woman that I call my friend naked on the floor, right? She's naked. And I'm just going to be there rubbing her head with soft music playing while she's naked. I just don't think that's normal. So we know he lying. He messing up real bad.
I got the information.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because that alcohol poison did not sound right for me. No,
right.
Not at all.
Right.
Right. No, she don't drink like that. I know that for a fact.
Right. Right. So now once the autopsy came back, okay, and it came back that your daughter was beaten, right? Khalil was nowhere to be found. He didn't come back around. He didn't pick up his phone. Is that what happened? That he just disappeared once the truth came out in the autopsy?
He went off the radar from what I he went off the radar from what I was told. All of them went off the radar. I
All
guess once he got out there on social media or Twitter or Facebook, you know, how they communicate. Like I said, I don't be out there like that.
Right.
That's not my, you know, that's not me. I'm
Right.
old school.
Right.
So, all her friends, you know, my daughter friends start commenting about it on, you know, on their pages, what I'm hearing. And all of a sudden, you know, all of them start shutting down their pages,
Mhm.
their Facebook pages or Twitter accounts or, you know, whatever they was on. So,
Right.
but
They start shutting them down.
nowhere to be found. Nowhere to be found. Nowhere to ask no questions. No nothing. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. And
No nothing.
it's so funny because when I called you and I told you a little bit about what I do, who I was, and I told you, I said, I'm gonna put their pictures out today. And I got all of their pictures that morning. All of their pictures. The North Carolina Beat found every single one of those individuals who was in that room with Shanquella picture. Her picture wasn't going to be the only one going around. I mean,
And he's correct. He have all of their pictures. Every one. Because I'm on the website right now. I want to read something real quick. Because I'm just now learning some more information. Right? It goes on and it says something along the lines. And again, his website, the ncbeat.com. I'm reading a section here on the situation with this Nazir guy. It says, not only is Nazir being accused of being involved in the death of a Charlotte woman, right? Not only that, it says, but he's also now being accused of raping a woman when they were in high school. And we, the people, ain't surprised at all, right? It goes on and it says, the woman who tweeted that she was raped by Nazir seemed shocked that he was trending in the news for a black woman murder, is what she called it. Her Twitter handle is, let me see. I'm just gonna say at REHANAWC. And it goes on and it says, and just before 4:30 p.m. Wednesday, she tweeted Nazir's name, alleging that in high school, he raped her. And nobody believed her. Wow. So this guy Nazir is dirty. See, if I would have known that in my last stream, I would have been roasting him. I didn't know that. But now I do. So you mean to tell me, bro, you here massaging a woman while she's naked, or massaging her head while she's naked, breasts all out, naked, and you want us to believe that you ain't guilty, bro? When you got women out here accusing you of the unthinkable, and you on live talking, trying to make yourself look innocent, like you're a victim, like you're going through stress. What did y'all do to that young lady in that place? What else did you do? Because now this raises a lot of red flags. A whole lot of red flags. I could just only imagine the things that these folks was doing. And it's like his name sounds violent. His name sounds like something vile. Like he's up to something. Man, it's gonna all come out, man. Cause they got y'all pictures. He got all the pictures of everybody that was up in there. They ain't getting away with this one. They're gonna get justice eventually.
people knew Khalil, but the other people, they didn't know. So it was easy to find Khalil. But to think that y'all name was just going to be out there without people seeing who you are. And immediately when the North Carolina got involved, that's what I told you we was going to do. And we did it. And we'll do it again for any other family that's looking for justice. Now, Mr. Bernard, have you tried to reach out to Khalil? Has anything in you? Because I really know, I'm not going to say that, but has anything you say, let me try to call him. I need to talk to this man. I need to see why this man, my daughter's guy best friend, would do this. Like, did you try to call him yourself or get an answer to him yourself, although he didn't reach out to you or call you?
Well, ask mom and her sister, they called, they said he didn't answer his phone, so it wasn't even me called. So
Right.
Going forward is in God's hands.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let God deal with it.
Yeah.
So
I'm
gonna let God deal with it, and He dealing with it. So
absolutely.
She will get her justice. My daughter will get her justice. She will not die in vain.
No.
Each and every one of you all, whatever the law says, that's what I'm going with, or you're gonna add a little more extra,
Right. Absolutely.
Whatever the law said. Because all y'all was there, all y'all was accessory to whatever y'all did to her, and y'all know what's wrong. Y'all know it was wrong to the utmost. Y'all know it was wrong. Y'all know. I don't know how y'all can sit here and think she got a mother and a father that love her conditionally.
Remember, I taught in one of my streams how ninjas love violence and they love seeing us bleed. They love seeing us in pain. That is what they were getting out of seeing her get beat. Everybody that was in that room have a fetish for violence. They have a fetish for blood, pain. They get off on that type of stuff. They love seeing it. You had 6 individuals, toxic, demonic, full of evil hearts, jealousy, rage. They all had something negative in their heart against her. So to see her in pain, it gave them great pleasure. That's why nobody intervened and tried to stop anything. It's just like when you're in these hoods and people start fighting, nobody seems to want to jump in and stop it. Why? Because they want to get that footage. They want to have the pleasure of saying, hey, I was there. No one cares no more. It ain't like back in the day where people would break up a fight. No, they want you to fight so we could get it on tape. Remember they used to do World Star, and they start recording? That's how it was over there. Nobody was going to stop that. From the minute she started getting attacked, those first couple of blows, I was like, man, she's done already. When the person threw her on the floor, I was like, all right, she had enough already. But her so-called friend was like, you're not even going to hit her back? Like what? So you're looking for her to fight. She didn't want to fight. So if she didn't want to fight, why y'all didn't just dead that? Why didn't y'all just stop it? Like, yo, she ain't trying to fight. Let's cool out. Listen, if you a dude and you fighting another man and that dude ain't trying to fight you back and you continually wanting to beat him up, you're the coward at this point because clearly the dude is not trying to fight you. So you beating him up and throwing him around is not making you look more strong. It's making you look weak at this point when you really think about it. This is crazy.
Y'all ain't bring her in this world. Who give y'all authority to take her life?
Wow.
Who give y'all authority to take her life? My world have shut down because I don't have her.
Yeah.
My world has shut down because I don't have her. So now, I just got to bring her justice.
Yeah. And we're going to get it. Mark.
Because you stole something from me.
Yeah.
Tremendously.
Yeah.
You don't know me. I don't know you all.
Mm-hmm.
But y'all done stole something from me tremendously.
Yeah.
Y'all did not have to touch her. She ain't did nothing to y'all. If she said in the words, y'all can let words is words. That's it.
Yeah.
That's not y'all. That's not y'all child for y'all to be attacking her, beating on her like that, body slamming her, breaking her neck and her spinal cord.
Wow.
Really? Really? And I know some of you ladies, from what I heard, that y'all got little kids.
Wow.
You know.
Yeah.
How would y'all feel if y'all child got taken from you all?
They'd be
You
crying.
can't see them no more.
Yeah.
You know, you can't hear their voice.
Yeah.
You know. So whatever the consequences is that the law deal you all.
Yes. Yes. Let me yes. I wanna ask you one last question. You know, I have really a lot of questions, but I'm not gonna ask them. I'm not gonna ask them because you are a grieving father, and you know, all journalists would have questions about this whole case. Now, I want to ask you a question. I want to back up a little bit. I want to ask you a question, and we're gonna get off of here. Mr. Bernard, have you been told who found Shanquella? I mean, were they still in the room, like, or did they leave her? Because, you know, of course, there was a rumor going around that a maid had found her. What have you? Have you been told how she was found? Were they in the room? Did they leave after the medics got there? And I mean, and they came back later. Have you been told of how she was discovered?
When I was told, the maid said they found her sitting up in the chair or either sitting up in the bed. Sitting up in the bed or sitting in the chair with a broke neck and a spinal cord.
Dead? What?
She died at 3 p.m. Najee, you said you arrived at that house on that video, you said, at 3:30 something. So if you arrived there, sir, it should have been 12:30 or 12:45. You got there at that house. So evidently she had to be alive when you were there.
Y'all don't notice something about the times? These times are all around similar times. Takeoff situation, her situation. I don't know, man. This whole situation with this young lady, it's more than just her getting beat up and battered. It's more to this. They used her body for something. Multiple people were there. They're all involved in this. And they took her to Mexico to pretty much do whatever they had to do. And pretty much went right on back to where they got to go to and left her there. Seems like one of those rituals, man. And people think this is a game. They think it's a joke. These things are real. It's not just the music industry. Friends can set you up, line you up, and be in on it. And that's how they get their foot in the door. They offer up somebody. They offer up a soul. And they all made that agreement. Pretty sure if you look deep into who those people are and their backgrounds and what they do, you might find something interesting.
In that scenario, you saw the condition that she was in and you saw the bruises that she was, on her. You should have called the medics, or somebody should have called all of y'all. Y'all could have carried her. She ain't about 120 pounds, 125 pounds.
Oh, so now Pops just confirmed she's about 120, 125 pounds. So she's light. She's light. They could have easily messed her up. Those blows and lifting her up and throwing her around. Yeah, she got hurt. You know what I mean? Definitely.
But y'all chose not to. Y'all chose to got that thing, got out of there and got her suitcase. And for what our statement says, one of y'all called a taxi cab and went to an airport hotel. Now, I don't know how true all it is, but that's what I'm hearing. And one of you called back to the States and asked somebody what to do.
Wow.
It's true.
One of you all called back, y'all panicked, and one of y'all asked what to do.
Panicked.
Wow.
You know,
So
only thing I can say
you left her and the maid found her. Because I was trying to figure out, how did she get from the bedroom to the living room where she was found? Y'all drug her from the bedroom to the living room? I'm just trying to understand. And this Nazir guy, he told me on the phone call, Mr. Bernard, that me and him had before he went live the other night, and I played it on here. He said that he got there at 2:16. Then he came back on the live and said he got there 3 p.m. something. And then he said he was about 4:26. He was by the pool saying,
Wow.
Quella, get up. So when you got there and you started CPR, and the death certificate and the autopsy say she died 15 minutes after her injury, which was at 3 p.m. So that means you did CPR on her and left her where she was, and then you went by the pool and said, hey, Quella, get up, knowing she was dead.
Wow.
But the thing about it is, he's a compulsive liar, Mr. Bernard.
He definitely is a liar. And this video is confirming that dude is a liar. And I'm going to have to try to find the other video that he's talking about, because he said he was on a phone call with him, and examine that video, find out what he was saying on that one too. Wow. I knew something was up when he was giving those timeline of events. I was like, it's just not adding up. There was like a 45-minute window and she was dead already. So why would you be trying to wake her up? Like, come on, we got to go to dinner. We got to go sightsee. She was dead already. And she's naked. So it's like nobody put clothes on her. Nobody covered her. Like, yo, these people cruel.
And he can't be trusted. And I dissected the video, and I proved that Nazir Wiggins is a liar, and he is as much responsible and guilty as the rest of them, and they need to be held accountable. Now,
I mean, if you say he did CPR, then they say it was a medic.
Yeah, I got his Facebook page. That's where I got the video from. I just didn't do no thorough searches on it to find all the information that is needed. But I was on the website, the Facebook page. That's where I got the video from. So you said the phone call is on his Facebook page. Okay, I'm going to definitely take a look at that and find out more information on what's happening here. And again, if you're joining the show, we're doing a reaction on a video that was streamed earlier tonight. It was streamed on Facebook Live. The ncbeat.com, Gerald Jackson was interviewing Shanquella's dad, right? Her biological father, for an exclusive interview. So we're kind of breaking this thing down. Mr. Jackson been on the case pretty much more than anyone, based on the website, based on all the information, photos, and various other things. You have a lot of information there. So this should be very easy for the feds and anybody that's involved. But it's going to take you spreading the word. You know, this is how social media is supposed to go. You got to spread the word, get the word out there so that more people can understand what's happening, so that they get the proper justice. And if you live in the area where she's from, right, it's good if you can show some support, you know what I mean, by possibly stopping by where the funeral memorial is, just to say, hey, you know, give a flower, something. That way, you know, it's not like she just got deleted and no one cares. You know what I mean? If you from that city, you know what I'm saying, show some love. You know? So let's get back into the tape. Let's go.
in the house. So that man that don't know how to do CPR.
That's
You know.
Hello.
Yeah.
And here's another thing. Even whether he knows CPR or not, why is it that he's the one giving her CPR and everybody else that's up in there not giving her CPR? How is it that he's a day late? He comes in, she's already done out, he's giving her CPR or whatever the case is, or not. Why nobody else was treating her? Why nobody else was trying to give her aid? Why nobody else got a medic up there? Why nobody else did anything? Because they all involved. They all panicking right now. Because they got video. And you could try to delete the video from your phone. The phone companies and everybody else, always understand, they can get the data off your phone, man. Cloud services and all these different places. Listen, y'all trust all these places? You put something in the clouds on these servers, it can always be pretty much brought back up. Even when you click delete. If it's a crime, they could go into the system and bring back up your tapes, anything you deleted. Serious, man. You gotta be very careful what you record. Don't record your crime. It's crazy.
So, Mr. Bernard, one last question. The FBI is now involved. They have revoked their passport, so they can't flee. What is the FBI telling you? I know you don't have to go much into detail, but is there anything that you can share with us that they are telling you other than that they are investigating it? Have they told you? Have they spoken to anyone? I do know that they have communicated with us that if there's anyone that they are investigating it, and that if there is anyone who has information, whether it be photos, whether it be text message between any of them or anyone admitting anything or saying anything, photos, and you have information, please contact the FBI. Doesn't matter what state you're in, whether you're in Connecticut or you're in Charlotte, contact the FBI and they will route your tip to the appropriate people. Is there anything that you can tell us about the FBI on investigating this that you may be able to share?
No, I don't know nothing. I'm just waiting on them.
Yes,
I'm in
sir.
the blind, just like everybody else in the blind. I just know God is moving.
Mm-hmm.
You know, He's moving at His own time, and I walk by faith, not by sight.
Yes, sir.
So,
yes, sir.
As I say that,
come on now.
As I say that, what I say, justice will be done for her.
Yes, absolutely.
Justice will be done.
Absolutely.
And I will know our Lord that we serve will come through for me.
Yes, He will.
The whole world, the whole nation, all y'all prayers, which I don't know none of you all out here. But, you know, I know y'all prayers and y'all, you know, I know y'all prayers is the one that got me standing.
Whew. Yes.
Standing strong as I'm standing. I can't even sleep. Can't even hardly eat. You know.
Mr. Bernard.
Big hurt feeling.
Yeah.
There's a really big hurt feeling.
Yes, it is. Mr. Bernard, thank you so much. Thank you so much for telling the world how beautiful your daughter was, for being bold and being courageous and being strong. The world see your strength through all of this. And my condolences again go out to you and your family. And the entire world is praying for you and your family. And I know that on Saturday that you all are going to send your daughter to heaven in a mighty way. And my prayer to you all is that I know that you won't ever get over this, but you'll get through it. And I pray that when the days come and the grief come, that it will come in increments and that it won't overpower you, but that, you know, you will begin to, you know, release it, you know, and heal. And that's what I'm sending your way to you and your family. Healing power, healing energy. And again, Mr. Bernard, thank you so much. You have my information. The North Carolina Beat is standing beside you. Any information we get, you and your family will be the first to know. And I just want to thank you all so much for giving us that permission to show the world what happened to your daughter, because these people are going around lying, saying this and saying that. But thank you guys for allowing us to share that with the world so they can see how dirty friends, so-called friends, can be. And it's not Quella's fault. Let's get that straight.
No, not at all. Not at all. She thinking she's going over there to have fun, enjoy herself.
Yeah.
Not knowing she ain't gonna even come back.
Yeah, exactly. So let's get Let's get that straight. And thank you so much, Mr. Bernard. I'll call you once I get off.
All right, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Me your prayer.
Yes, sir. Thank you. All right, y'all. So, just by the way, Mr. Bernard, we talked about that he wanted to do this interview. For those who say, why you got him up there, we had a conversation. Nazir Wiggins, Dejanay Jackson, Elise Hyatt, Winter Donovan, Malik Dyer, Khalil Cook. You might as well go ahead and turn yourself in, because the statement that you gave, the lie that you told, is sending you to jail. So if you thought you've ran, if you thought you're hiding, if you thought that we weren't going to be on your ass and our foots weren't going to be on your neck, you had another thing coming. Y'all cannot be trusted. And people going to support you despite of what you're going through. They are going to support you. Oh, it don't matter if you go to jail. It don't matter if you're murdered. It don't matter. It don't matter. They still going to support you. But we will see today that y'all asses go to jail. Ain't none of y'all innocent. Ain't nobody victims. Ain't nobody a victim but Shanquella. She the only victim. She the only victim. She's the only victim. I don't give a damn how much you ride down the street posting a video, playing songs and trying to send messages. You a dirty, low down dog. Y'all are dirty. Y'all are low down. And the truth of the matter is, somebody need to beat y'all ass if you want to keep it a band. The same way that I was about to call her something, but these organizations out here, you can't cancel me any goddamn way. But y'all need y'all ass beat. Upside the head. Everything that was inflicted upon need to be inflicted upon you. Burn y'all asses at the stake. All right, y'all. I'm Gerald Jackson. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Good night.
All right. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. That's it. Exclusive interview. Gerald Jackson interviews pretty much the daughter, Shanquella Robinson's father. Interesting interview. We learn a lot of new details. Hopefully, more information will come out, because this case needs to be solved as well. It's crazy how evil people are. But thanks for tuning in. This is Ringo TV Reactions, #1 reactionary channel on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to the channel today. Click the notification bell for all so that you can be notified when I go live or upload new video content. Make sure you get the likes up on the video before you head on out. That goes a long way. So click that thumbs up button. Make it happen. That way this video can go through the algorithm, do what it needs to do, reach more people. And we'll catch you all on the next episode. So y'all take care. We're going to get on out of here. Y'all be safe. Final words on the situation. Be very careful of the people that you keep company with. Make sure that they're proven. Understand that everyone that is around you don't always have your best interests at heart. A lot of people be up to no good, and a lot of us are blind to that. We have to wake up and realize that our lives are important. So we have to move differently. We have to have strategy, even when we're around certain people. You got to get to know people. Got to get to know how they move and break bread with them to see where they are. You just can't call people your friends just because you like each other's hairstyle, or because someone have a nice car, or because they're into a certain hobby that you're into. You got to know that this person is truly a brother or truly a sister. Very important. So, that being said, y'all have a blessed one. Keep your eyes open. Don't live in fear. No, don't live in fear. Live in faith and have confidence in your ability to see between the lines. Have the ability of discerning the spirits of people. Be wise in all your affairs. Don't tell everybody all of your plans. Keep things hidden. Some things people don't need to know. You have one life. And there are a lot of people out here that see the light on you. They see your greatness. And a lot of people don't want you to get to that level. Be very careful. And don't let everyone in your circle, because it wasn't meant for them to be there. And there ain't room for everyone to be in your circle. I'm out. Peace.
If you like our content, consider supporting via Cash App at $Ringo TV Raw. Become a patron on patreon.com for exclusive video content not shown on YouTube. You could also support through PayPal at paypal.me/RingoTVRaw. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the bell to be notified of new content. Follow me on Instagram at RingoTVRaw.
This is Ringo TV Reactions, the only channel on YouTube bringing you the truth 100% raw and uncut. I'm out. Peace.